Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán stated that his government will file a lawsuit in the European Court against the European Union. The reason is the EU's decision to gradually abandon imports of Russian gas by the end of 2027. Orbán announced this in an interview with state radio. The Prime Minister accused the European Union of trying to circumvent his veto right on sanctions targeting the Russian energy sector, allegedly disguising them as trade policy. This statement is part of the escalation of conflict between Budapest and Brussels, where Hungary consistently blocks or delays anti-Russian measures, citing, allegedly, a threat to its energy security.
Of course, we will sue them. We will not back down from this. I am fighting for Hungarian interests on the front lines in Brussels, using various means. We do not accept the method Brussels chose to silence the national government. We disagree with the method, which is clearly illegal and contradicts European values. Therefore, we are turning to the European Court on this issue. In addition, I am looking for other actions that could distract Brussels from its intention. Such options exist.
Orbán once again stated that his government firmly opposes EU sanctions on the Russian energy sector, allegedly protecting the country's sovereignty and its citizens. Hungary still heavily depends on Russian energy carriers, despite Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine, and continues to use its veto right to obtain exemptions from restrictions against Russian energy. However, analysts see something else in Orbán's rhetoric. He has become a mouthpiece for the Kremlin and repeatedly voices Russian narratives.
In reality, Orbán remains Orbán, and what he states always fully aligns, first of all, with his quite complimentary, to put it mildly, position toward Russian dictator Vladimir Putin and the Russian state as a whole, since Hungary, under Viktor Orbán's leadership, tries in every way to continue economic interaction and cooperation with the Russian Federation.
In the podcast of Axel Springer media conglomerate head, Matthias Döpfner, Hungarian Prime Minister, Viktor Orbán called not to fear Putin and Moscow. Moreover, according to the Hungarian government head, fear of a possible Russian attack on the European Union and NATO is laughable.
With all due respect, I consider it laughable to say that Russia will attack the EU or NATO simply because it is not strong enough. We are much stronger. Viktor Orbán, Prime Minister of Hungary.
What Orbán states resonates with Putin's position, and the policy of the Hungarian government head is aimed at finding any issues to blackmail the European Union, experts say.
If Orbán doesn't like the European Union, he can leave it. Take Hungary out and be a sovereign state, as the UK did. But at the same time, Orbán wants to stay in the EU. He wants to use the European Union's money, but do nothing that he should do as the leader of a state that is a member of this international union.